Elizabeth Leachman, Elizabethleachman, South.
All right. So, Elizabeth, you are one of the underclassmen and you are a first-time runner here.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I am. I'm really excited. It's a great experience already.
Yeah. When you made this team or this race, what went through your mind?
Yeah, I think my first reaction was just kind of shock. I feel like that whole race was a little bit crazy. You could hear all the people yelling the whole time. So when I finished that race, I remember my first thoughts were like shock and excitement for making it. And then, wow, my chest really hurts from the cold.
I love it. You went to NXM last week, so you had nationals. You led for a lot of the race. What did you take from that race, and how will you apply that to this race?
Yeah, I think I definitely learned from that race that, I don't need to worry so much about always being on the gas and kind of just listen to my body and, push the right amount, but just trust in myself and what I need to do instead of worrying about making such a big gap. So,
have you heard about the course here?
Yeah, it's a little tricky, it seems, but I'm excited. It'll be a good challenge.
What have you heard?
I've heard about that hill.
So do you like hills? Are you a hill runner?
I like uphills. I'm not huge on downhills, but I think that it's nice to have them because it kind of tests your strength, not just your speed. So
what type of runner are you? We've seen you run from the front at a lot of races because that's just where you are. You're just that good. But do you prefer to be sort of the one that everyone is running, in back of, or do you like to sit and kick? Do you like to do both?
I think that I'm fine with whatever, just depending on the race. I think really for me, it's just about making sure that I can find my stride and open it up. And sometimes that means I need to go to the front, and sometimes that means sitting back in the pack. So,
what's your training like?
I do a lot of cross training. I probably run 3 to 4 days a week, just depending on the week. And the rest of the days are on the elliptical and in the pool.
I've heard and I've read a little bit about your training. It's a lot like the NCAA champion. You guys run a lot alike, you and Parker Valby. Is that something that you've read about, or is it just something that's worked for you?
So last year when I was coming off a lot of injuries, I knew that I kind of needed to make a change in my training, and I didn't think that I could achieve the same results from just cross training. But it got to a point where I was just in so much pain all the time that I knew that I was going to have to just be okay with it if it didn't turn out. And it ended up just helping me run a lot faster because I could be consistent on those other days and go into those workouts really feeling ready. So I kind of got the idea of incorporating more of that from her and from Natalie Cook, but yeah, I didn't expect to do it long term. I thought that was just going to last till I was injury free. So,
can you talk a little bit about your injuries? Tell us what was going on with your body.
Yeah, so at the end of 8th grade track season, pretty much right after our district meet, I started feeling this hip and like my thigh and my hip, this pain in my hip and my thigh. And we went to a lot of different doctors and they told me kinds of conflicting things, but when I got an MRI, they said that I had bursitis and tendinitis in my hip, and then that I had apophysitis. So it was just a lot of inflammation. So I think a lot of that was because my foot kind of turns in when I run with my natural form. So, yeah, just reducing the mileage really helped take away from that.
What do you feel like when you're sitting there in all that gear?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's really cool. I think it's really surreal to be here right now. Last year, I couldn't have even imagined coming. Like, I didn't even go to the regional because I knew that I wasn't going to qualify. So to be here and just have this opportunity is really amazing, and everything that comes with it, I just feel so blessed.
You've run so fast this year. 16:33. That's really, really fast. Are you focused on time in cross country or not so much?
I think that it's a good kind of thing to look at. and pay attention to, but I'm never really going to get too caught up in time in cross country just because every course is so different and every day is so different. Like, I mean, we saw last week at Nationals 17:10 won a couple years ago. It was almost 40 seconds faster just because of better conditions. So it's just, it's a good thing to look at, but not going to get too caught up in it.
Are you going to like the dry footing here? Because last week you had like 8 inches of, mud and water you were going through.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely a lot more like Texas courses being really dry, so it'll be nice.
Though.
Yeah, no.
Well, thank you. I think that's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Have fun, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'm excited.